What's going on, Tamers? It's your boy Varney, and today we're back with my Game 2 review of my 18th place Ultimate Cup run with Magnamon Armors. This matchup was taken on Hung Lei, who placed second with Devas at the Core TCG April Online Regionals. And in this one, he tried to run it back again with Devas. But before we start, I just want to give a quick thanks and shout out and acknowledge all of our YouTube members. As always, they are Mythios, Yogo Polo 69, Leppy the Bear, Let Me Cook 775, Literal Lucas, Saxon, Drunk Marcus Run, Nightmare, and Clouds. A big thank you to you guys. We always appreciate the support. Y'all already know all the support you give us goes right back into the channel. And with that being said, let's get into it. So of course, we'll be watching this at 2 times the speed, pausing when we need to. I am on the play here. I hatched a Wanyamon. I Digivolve into the movie Vmon, drop Davis, which drops me the BT12V. I get to search for the free trait in a Davis, so I wind up grabbing the BT8 Magnamon. My opponent drops the Analog Youth here and looks at the top 3 cards, ends up taking the Turtle, so he gets 2 names in trash for the Fanglong so far. And then he drops the Indramon, and I believe this is the one that on deletion, I want to say it pops a 5k or less. So we raise here, we're going to Digivolve for 2 into our busted starter deck Magnamon. So we bounce that back to hand, take our swing at security. And then we swing and hit into an Azulong, so we Armor Purge. And then I think I just go right back up into another one. I know I have the BT8 in hand that I can do. I can get another swing in here if I wanted to. But instead I opt to go into the BT13 and I swing that Vmon. I wonder why I did that. That's a good question. Instead of going into BT8, I probably was trying to save the BT8 for later in the game is what it was. So I opt to drop the jamming Vmon, and I know that if he does remove the BT13 Magna, I get to float out a body. Perhaps, yeah, that's the only thing I can imagine. I was trying to save BT8 for going for game later, but I feel like I should have instead Digivolved that and taken another swing, especially if I had the BT13 in hand, because I just would have Armor Purged again. It is what it is. So he ends up dropping another Indramon. And then he has the Cinderamon on field, which is the decoy. So I'm definitely debating here because I don't have the movie in hand. So I go Uko. Uko always strong. So I think I'm debating. Yeah, I definitely was trying to see what he would do with an ace play. So he goes into the Ibonwu. He gets the suspend. Quick note about the Ibonwu that I did not notice. The Ibonwu is none of your opponent's Digimon unsuspend during your opponent's next unsuspend phase, which is bonkers because the ace Digivolve on my opponent's turn means that it goes to their turn back to my turn and they don't unsuspend, which I didn't realize before. I thought it was just kind of like they don't unsuspend till the end of my turn. So that like really messed with me big time. So that definitely put a corkscrew in our plans a little bit here. I'm not like too bad off for it because I definitely have things that I can do. So I drop another movie Davis going, and I drop the movie Vmon, which Digivolves into another BT13, which is the floater. No Armor Purge, just floats. And then I drop the Searcher Vmon, which grabs the Ukomon. Yep, good thing I didn't grab the Magna there because that is not a free trait. That is vaccine trait. And then I just drop the Ukomon and I say, deal with my board. I think this is the point where I was kind of like, all right, cool. Like, if you have it, you have it. Or maybe that wasn't this point yet. I can't remember. I think I had the Blast Ace here for sure. Ooh, this was perfect. All right. So perfect play here. Let's explain effects. So first, this Security Magnamon, the starter deck 1, is a D-Digivolve 1. So I get to D-Digivolve the Ibonwu, which passes turn. But then at the end of the battle, I can Digivolve one of my Digimon into that Magnamon. So I D-Digivolve, the overflow triggers, my opponent loses 4, and then the Magnamon now Digivolves over my Vmon that I have just chilling there, gets me the draw, Digivolves for free, and then I can strip source, nothing to strip, and then I just bounce something back to hand, which is super powerful. So the clarification there was trying to double check, like, when do I unsuspend? That's what I was talking about earlier. Didn't realize, like, that was, you know, when I unfortunately don't get the unsuspend, but I do opt to raise anyways because I'm going to gain a ton of memory off of Ukos and Davis. The thing is here, I have to be careful because in another Ibonwu just kind of screws up my day. I think I just go for it anyways because I just might as well. So we swing the Magnamon. The one that he could block, but would just float me out the Vmon, which is what my intention was because he has the Cinderamon there that has the blocker inheritable. So he goes into the Mega Gargo Ace this time. Mega Gargo Ace going to suspend my Magnamon, one of the Ukos, and then prevent 2 of them from digivolving. Now the big thing here is if he wants to, like what he wants to perma suspend. So he does that, and then he blocks my BT13, which gets me the draw, and then I get to float out a Vmon, which I just float out that Vmon from source because it's just a really good Vmon to float out. So I definitely spend a fair bit of time thinking because I'm like, what is the best play to do here? I don't really want to give him back the Mega Gargo, but unfortunately I just don't have a better option of being able to remove that because it would wreck my board next turn. So I opt for the Full Moon Meteor Impact, gets it back to hand, so that overflows 4, so it plays down for 4, and then he has, I think it wasn't 6 cards in hand, so, or it wasn't 8 cards in hand, so I just gained back 1 memory. And then here comes the BT8 Magnamon, which unfortunately doesn't get me the unsuspend. So I probably should have went for that earlier in game and I would have been better off for it, to be honest. And then I just clear board by putting that back to hand. I think this was the big thing here. He had enough that I was like, all right, cool. If you have the Fanglong, you have the Fanglong. But if you don't, then, you know, I'm pretty good. And good for me, he doesn't have the Fanglong. He just drops the Ibanwu Ace, which is a problem because the Ibanwu Ace does suspend something else, then leaves those suspended. So I only get like 2 more swings. I don't really want to swing the Zudo Ace here. So this is just super unfortunate. The Digivolve into the Magna X here gets me a draw because that's what I need. I need draw power. I don't know what I wasn't seeing. I just wasn't getting what I needed to take care of board state, and especially with my things being suspended down, it was just a really big pain in the ass. I think I was gonna opt to swing Zudomon here, trigger overflow. Unfortunately, I did not trigger overflow, so I was like, all right, cool. I guess it lives. Let's see what else we can do here. We get the double Magna X play here. So the big thing here is I was at 3 memory. I opted to Digivolve for 4. I'm gonna pause. I opted to Digivolve for 4 instead of 3 because I wanted to choke my opponent. And it was just another turn of, all right, cool. If my opponent has the Fanglong, they have it. If they don't, then I'm good. Because there's just a certain point with the deck where you just don't have anything else to do but to just go wide, especially if you're perma suspended like that. So if they have the Fanglong, they have the Fanglong. You got to put it on your opponent to have it. That's what we did there, and we won the gamble. He said, I don't have it, and scooped up. We go to game 2. So my opponent opts to go first. Not really sure why, but they play down one of the green ones and plays, I believe that's the Mihiramon from BT13 in the back. So I'm set up pretty good here because I've got the Ukomon in raising. I drop the Memory Setter tie, and then I go into the starter deck Magnamon and I bounce that back to hand and start getting some early board control. I think he was asking about the clarification of the Vmon effect, which just requires me to have a Tamer in play, not a blue Tamer. So I do get that cost reduction. And then he just hard drops it again, gets the draw, and gets to put another Deva back in raising. I get to raise Uko, hatch, gain a memory. And now I've got 2 Blast Evo targets on the field for him that I have to try to deal with. So I just say, screw it. We swing and we draw. What are you going to do about it? And here comes another turtle. Yep. Turtle comes down, suspends, no block. So the check does go through, which is the formation option, which doesn't really do anything because there's like nothing in trash, no Fanglong, just goes to hand. I go another Uko in raising. And then Promo Davis drops me the movie Vmon again. And then I go into BT13 for the cost reduction. And then what's the play? What's the follow-up? I just say, cool, Heaven's Judgment. So Heaven's Judgment here is really powerful because I'm getting the yellow, the blue, the black, and the white. So I'm board clearing. I'm doing a total of neg 30. It's neg 6, and then it's neg 6 additionally for each color you have on field. So I get to wipe out the Ibanwu, which overflows, as well as the other Deva. Now, of course, Ibanwu is going to delete a suspended Digimon, which he's going to target the Ukomon because the Magnamon would just armor purge, but still just really strong for me because now, cool, I've got bodies on field and he has now obviously a Fanglong that he can draw into. I got to try to get rid of it. Here comes a Shadow Seraphimon. I'm not really too scared of this, to be honest. I know that my Magnamon stays suspended this time because unfortunately of the Ibanwu Ace, but I believe I do have a way to get rid of this. Yeah, I have a way to get rid of the Shadow Seraphi. So we strip and bounce, we take the swing at security. It is a Heaven's Judgment, and then he opts to delete Zudo, which overflows, and I'm perfectly fine with that because I don't think I had anything else really to follow it up with. Ukomon's gonna live, and he does drop the Fanglong, which is going to wipe board. He will have to do a total of 2 cards back, just 8k. But Fang Long does hit the board, and this now does become a problem for me because I have to watch what I'm putting on board because Fang Long's just going to wipe it out every turn. It is unfortunate. I don't get to float out the Vmon because it would die immediately to DP, processing, whatever. I swing Vmon with jamming, get my draw. This is the Searcher card. I believe he's probably going to take the formation option here because I know he has another Fang Long in hand. He gets to put them back on top anyways though. So yeah, there we go. And so now what's my options? 2 security left, BT8 Magnamon, which I get buffed up, and then I get to take another swing at security. And I live past that. And then, yeah, I think this is definitely the play here. I see the Awakening in my hand. If I go into the Awakening, then I can't be DP reduced, and I force him to have to swing into me. He won't be able to swing at my security. And I will also just get to, you know, put myself to the top of security. So I'm now a, what's that, 15k? Yeah, I'm 15k. So I match him, and then I just drop the Vmon because there's just nothing else to do. I know he has that option, the formation option, as well as another Fang Long in hand. So what he opts to do here is he opts to swing into the Magna X, which crashes. So here he opts to swing. I don't recall where he's swinging, but he does bottom deck just one thing to do the minus 4k, gets rid of the Vmon. I'm going to redirect, or even if he swung into it, doesn't matter. Go into that Magna so that it goes to security. He dies, I live. Then he goes to the Azulong Ace and bounces me back to hand, which is unfortunate. Yes. But we Digivolve Uko and Raising, probably drop, yep, another Vmon, and then the Magnamon to bounce the Azulong back to hand. And then I probably just follow this up with, yeah, another Tamer, or I don't know. Yeah. Oh, I dropped the shoe here. I think I had the Magna X in hand, so I'm like, all right, cool. I just got to burn through 2 more security, or maybe I just didn't want to put too much on board because obviously I know, again, that second Fang Long is in hand. There it is. Fang Long comes down. He's got all of those. He's just going to bottom deck 2 to get rid of my Magnamon. So that's dead. I raise Uko, gain a memory hatch, and then Devas gives us an extra memory. So I just take the swing with Uko here. It's going to die anyways. All right, cool. So we only had 1 security. So I just didn't have anything else that I really wanted to do last turn with the shoe play. It's the only reason I even played her. So I don't lose too much to Fang Long's thing. So he still has 5 things in trash to bottom deck. So I'm like, all right, cool. I already know what's going to happen. I take BT13 here. Doesn't really matter because BT13 isn't really going to float me out anything, unfortunately. But I do get to Digivolve that Vmon and Raising. So unless he establishes a blocker, I've got game next turn. I think here I just go into, is it just another Magna X I go into? Nope, Digimon Emperor, because I just say, all right, cool. Don't want to play anything much else on field. Got to keep some advantage. So here comes the Searcher option. Yep, so he tucks the blocker, puts those back to top. So there is the blocker that he needs. He drops the Katuramon that has blocker because he knows he's going to need another blocker, which is good for me. He doesn't swing the Fang Long because if he swings the Fang Long, then I'll just be able to swing for game. So he can't because he doesn't have a way to unsuspend because I had the Vmon in Raising. So that's why he opts not to swing the Fang Long, which is good for me. It's a good thing I took out that last security when I had the chance. Put him in a really sticky predicament. I now go into the Magnamon here. I bounce the Katuramon back to hand. He would block, and then I just swing the other one. And that is that. So this video wasn't too long, nice and quick. That's going to be how almost all of the matches are, except for obviously the first one and the yellow vaccine one. But if you guys enjoyed that, please drop a like and drop a comment. Let me know what you thought. Did you see any misplays that I didn't point out? And also subscribe so that you know when future videos come out. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. And until I'll talk to you guys next time, peace out.